Ghana for chef mo akwa baso nko mo kwani dwumedi do wo GLANAS TV do ma chere de dwumedi ye to gizim ye nyo ka babo mo nkomo enwa ye share obi ni story wa afem nipa na fe no role model mentor aha say nyima pini say wa afem na atete ye model opportunity wo GLANAS TV do de nya abotar tin pa ko no story na hu na wo so wa ba mu le ebu ne wa photo gizim na man kasa ndan nipa me ngba hwehwe nkomo la kasa hwe nipa dwa adwa aja ma okọ odi ba enjoy ndan mezibesi aboso no bi ebe African woman papepe na menye na aba na before me introduce him or when they maku bi na wa so masan blatampa glajo enwa glajo foods and drinks or say didi friend program be a friend or your drinks is one be ala friend obejo odom or Facebook and Instagram glajo foods and drinks. Hey, there's God media, don't come more automatic am watch there e pede e logo epede designs ba bibi epede ye bia oye about branding the important friend and using komo card crap and obaya mo fe na me kana ne una morocco okode photos me kana bia okode photos me say twa fun epede ye ya party ayefo bibi epede ye bia okode photos obaya mo fe na amem de dwumedi me de bra we ni mezinze na na Adwoa Okyere mo twem ho ba e bo twon komo na do. Mo kwa ba bioba mo kwani dwumedi do wo GLANAS TV do me ko me kada mo twem ho ba mo guess mo madana edi chede man ka sa mo hwe mo nsei do a mo bonkum te na my idea no chede be sa ba na ba be chone wa nya bota ma mo nton mo hu wi asa na ma che be sa ba ono so botton no hotin ma meti we mpocho call GLANAS TV wo YouTube na Facebook call subscribe na ko follow na ko Instagram GLANAS_TV e ko Twitter anoma erutsu aha e ko wa at GLANAS TV ya le TikTok na le TikTok ma at GLANAS Media ko follow yin din komo e de to onko tsa ye ho a ya ba respond to it na ma aka mesa na atumudi besi abane wa epe African branding most me ye menyim na enwa epe bibi wa Africa hey epe obechi watu chede everything about Africa is about her. The moment you see Africa you see her. The moment you see her you see Africa. That is who she is on naturally no and the one to Africa muti bibia no Africa no it is name right say on ko se no promote Africa brand or me feel na mo we asem being these are matter a Bossqueen me mezi it dina matter cause wa asele no ama the mo dina no be lenyim ende ele bo twetwe nkomo ele bo we na brabo sita to wacha wa kwaba nya bota mes bebe ati mu akwaba
yeah yeah
na po me
nyame na adu otitan
nyame na adu mu yera that nkomo na no be there na unda mu ha Miss African woman. What inspire you? What's the inspiration?
Well, if you ask me what inspires me, life in general inspires me. I mean, if like the creation of God inspires me. Uhwe nipa yegumu ahodo. Uhwe epoa. Said the ehuru ase de bi eja sase a ehuru. Eseje bi eni ase. People no said you know, like life is beautiful and colorful. So I love to be colorful and then I love to represent where I come from.
Wow. Now, who is Bossqueen? In fact, what's your name?
Okay, my name is Stacy Mausi Afo. I'm a cocktail of Fanti and Ewe.
Oh wow.
And Adan.
Oh.
So like I have thoughts.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, say but in your kakra, kasa.
Cocktail work. Say like if you want to talk about cocktail, then I'm talking about mango kakra. Oh, mango kakra, kwedu kakra, and they ran out the frag like pineapple kakra, fruits.
I trained in Fante kakra, I make kakra. na adan kakra. Okay. Intim now enyi ne friend fa wo him fa.
Oh, I like me kind of jokingly, I'm born and both floating in Tema.
Wow. Everything is Tamanies.
Everything is Tamanies,
Okay.
yes. And so all my growing life I've grown in Tema, but I'm from the Amfuega district in the Volta region.
Okay.
Usuta is called.
Yes. Okay. Inti school to then if it will be nta wo to sika mu nyen na sika hye we no mana there or today or ho na ho another not then.
I've always said, say, I was born with a broken plastic stick.
Wow.
I was born with a broken plastic stick in my mouth, and then I decided to build my own golden spoon.
Okay.
So I'm from a very humble beginnings. But I think growing up, I realized I'm something larger.
Okay.
You know, I knew I had a very large energy. But as growing up, what I've come to realize is every child needs direction with whatever they are born with. And my mom did her best. I was raised by a single mom.
Oh.
Yeah. So she did her best as to what she knows. But I mean, there could be more that mothers can give to. But she gave what she knew. And I'm really grateful for that. So I wasn't born into some rich family, but I had this thing to say that no matter where you were born, it doesn't define you.
Okay.
Like we've been reading sometimes on social media, it said, if you are not born from a rich family, make sure a rich family is born out of you, and it's possible. Okay, but then you need to train yourself. Some of the things I would say is you need to train your mind and your body to respond to what you want to see in life. You know, so.
Okay, so school to then a course school kakra another be odo yefie nyansa ni bi another to then.
And I think so we all grew up thinking say equal schooler being nyansa.
Sure.
The mama me fanting about that, the mama come tree now with the fanting distracting. But anyhow. So you need, you know, with understanding say school is good. But I think one of the things we you see, if you realize I've been away from the media for a while, sure. I went to school, and the school that I went to is a school of self.
Okay.
And that's the school that many are not going to. They don't know themselves. So I took time to know me.
Okay.
You know, so if we say school, I think people have to come to the understanding that school is just not in a classroom. But life has some lessons to teach, and you have to go for them. And then you are complete, and then you know yourself. And you know, I went to that school, and I just wrote recently on my Facebook that with all the journeys I've been to, I think the journey back to myself is the most magnificent one. You know, because I've get in touch with myself, and then it makes me understand that somebody's issue should not affect mine, as in not in a negative way, you know, because you are supposed to be so in tune with yourself that someone can't change your emotions based on their
what they're going
through. You know, but then you have to be loving and then be there for everybody. So yes, I went to school. I did some tertiary courses, but I would say the real school is the school back to yourself. So school is not just classroom.
That is the real school.
That's the real school.
Away from school, kakran. You want to adverts or commercial internet based on that. The back on one some. More interest in movies in. Lady means we have a Bossqueen. Cause I share the movie one channel. It shows Namia. Every movie how many years?
Okay, they started chasing. Okay, let's say acting. And I started acting at the age of 13.
Okay.
I wouldn't say even at the age of 13, but maybe at a younger age. And I was doing church dramas and all that, and I realized I was good. And then in the church, you know, the first time we did this drama was about Queen Esther.
Hey.
And the boys, you know, we are not about one person will be
a
hair, one person will be gongo bitter.
Sure.
So I had to play the part of a boy.
Wow.
Yes, and play, and that got me. Oh, I got a lot of gifts in church after that drama because people were amazed about how I. So I started pursuing that art. I went into beauty pageants here and there, Miss Personality, Miss Adanse, you know, and then in 2003, I decided that okay, I want to really start the. By the age of 13, actually, I went to Children's Own. I don't know if you know it, GTV, Children's Own. And that was my first appearance on television at the age of 13. And then in 2003, I started pursuing my acting career. So I went to a lot of auditions. Oh, we became audition superstars.
Wow.
Just say, audition, you're like, hey, Charlie, so still no movie.
Or a superstar, a superstar.
You know, so we started being audition superstars. Okay. Then from that, I was like, you know, let me say flirting with it till 2008. Then I came to Ghana Movie Star.
Okay.
So professionally, I had my first go for TV series. That was Yes Matron.
Yeah.
I had a little, I think that was in 2005 or something. In 2008, I shot into the Ghana Movie Star, and then I did my first feature movie, which was The Bible Torn Apart. Okay. You know.
When you go back to once I came, is it good to go for audition?
You see, as an actor, you never outgrow audition. It's just in our country that it has become somewhere audition doesn't have its authenticity. So you need to, I mean, if I want to, there's this movie that Forrest Whitaker did, Last King of Scotland.
Okay.
He was fit for the role, but he had to go for audition. He was fit for the role, but I think he was a bit light, so they had to paint him. I don't know if you've watched The Last King of Scotland. And see, Wesley Snipes or something came for an audition in South Africa for a movie role.
Oh.
You know, so audition, you really know, if you don't come for the audition, how would I know? I have a character in my head. It's not even about being good. It's about seeing if you fit the character we are looking for. And then the director, if they see that you have it, they'll just mold you better into that character. So audition is like going for an job interview.
So you would advise there, audition is good?
Yeah, audition is good.
Audition but in industry, audition acquires some way.
Yeah, you know, it's like I use the word, it's probably rather unfortunate that I say, oh, but yes, star. It's a audition, but if we have special casting something or table reading where we see, oh, maybe Ajete Sowa is very good for this, so let's use him for that, or maybe that person, Mama Ba, is good for that role, so let him come in and do the reading for us to see if he fits into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nti nkomana na yeri di ma cho de nkomana di ne mu yedu yenye ndu foot but ne some beke bia ne ndo ma punch na no kan sam ma onu wian nti mo sro for wadwin fede chiri ne yin se bi mfrem ko cho de mutwam wa mo wan yede bot yedo. Mwakwa basunku bi ba mo kwane jumede to GLANAS TV do ma cho de nkomo ne wa ye idi ele huwa bi but mo ye wodana na afa ma ehwa onwo no so no nche de mo lekanya na ode efo ma e kan obo no na afa mo kan so hwe na onye wo line no so na afo but ken wo de ma cho jumaku bi na wa so ma na ende me de jumede me da bro oye Gladial Foods and Drinks wa bo mechi don fefe dem sister kasa da nyate one on so da akon enwa na there's God media portrait graphics ibi oye graphics bia logo bibi pere bia friend e pere designs na as a friend obeya mo fefe okodio photos was as a friend photo shoot wedding engagement parties anything do with do about obeya mo and anything doing obeya mo na ye twa eyi bia na so de ye mo twa ye butwa mo che de ye nyaber ya set brand no kokoko meeting and I George na mo twa ko no do odon pocha kwa ba
Yeah,
I'm using the mama Bossqueen na koso na ne menyim.
Yeah,
Because in
Bossqueen.
that one also nyim. Inti yara kona ye di nkomo bi. Yembonra o personal life. Yen free industry kakra ne mba personal life. What do you do aside acting?
Adanu bi aye nyina ye nya asem o industry ne si ye bra ba akoko kan say ye mpe day job na ye nye. Nti ja ye mebu ye fa futu no.
Okay.
Fame without fortune there. Yeah. Famous but hungry.
Yeah. Munchwa wana ba a star obi anyim na a star. Sabe trotro point of course a star. Na enye adwuma ne sika mba e bo da form na.
I mean obi adidi na adwuma ho. Nti se ukoye adwuma wafa wo bag we fifie. Sabe yemfa se nye sabe mpo. Waware. Wakra ukunu. Oh, ko 2 weeks, 1 week. Obi ani ho be na aduane, wo na wo ye na aduane. Na wafa wo bag, kedede ukoye adwuma. Na wo ba fie na wo don sapan ba.
Okay. There is a question.
That's a question mark. Because we are paying bills, we are taking care of a family, a home. And in ukoye adwuma, definitely esa wo de be ba fie. And it's unfortunate say uko bisa say Obi di adwuma ba na o se be yema na uko bisa sika esi hwa, but me I think say I'll rather stay home and cook than to go and work and get nothing. What I say entija your brother kan a friend is saying e din number but to them mami microphone din film. Enti me compare with day job na ye nkuto yi ne oil a me ye. And I sign on other herbal products. But this is what I do. And then I look for good herbs, products that will help you. Because me a healthy living advocate.
In America there. One person and Africa on its own. The whole Africa knows me.
I'm Bossqueen.
Into the whole Africa knows me. Into the enyefa when you may yim kakana yen phone command for. Queen or yabon was it then no oil or yab, but we are not about water.
Enkuto.
Yeah,
okay. And I'm blending nice with essential oils. My blending with essential oil. Tino, if one here, also bit to make them with the oil from kuto obon, but oil kuto. Yana kuto.
I mean, oil
kuto oil.
I'm sure. I look when you're winning here.
Facing her there. Yeah, share essential oil.
Okay.
And see in kuto and oil and base, like the whole thing is shea butter. Okay. But that has been turned into oil mixed with special it's well scented. It's me using my BBA.
It's a skin.
Or hair. A pede de bompire swat.
I mean, sure.
To me the bompire.
It's a you and up with the number in the boat to go. Now, picture on why it. I mean, sure.
I'll face it.
Young chunk of one
face it on your shit.
But so come on, capture mamma say, Nibble sort of the phone delivery away. Mamma, I am marketing the mountain. We am into a change of commodore. I mean, sure that judge name it. Now, what the
Chede, when was that? 10th of June or something. And I was awarded Actress of the Year by Ghana Merit Awards.
And to say, Sinachana, no don't fast so crop. On your company offers, Sinamu Chay, me, and more award. On your cry, Ocean Quande, a Juma Parian, or baby or Rachel. Into the Muslim as I was a lee, Juma. Man could be a little hoons and a and biala, Jenny ye, not snow pump, or star, or betamaba, or shine, or betamaba. Don't limit yourself
at all.
Yellichon Comonado. Nearly be Jumani about our. How is this pain? How is it doing? Age 1 or 2 then?
Oh, why are the cocoa? Oh, why any season ba?
Okay.
It's the cocoa season. Oba.
You
know, and then there are times that you wait to and then keep waiting for people to come and get. So it's balance. But that's how life is. Just like the moon. It comes half, you know, the moon is in phases. So we all go through that every day of our life. We go through the phases. So when phase one thing that yes, each other's keeper. So when we are each other's keeper, when you are in your cocoa season, you can back me up. When I'm also in my planting season and I'm not yet in my harvest season, you are in your harvest season, so you can help me. When I'm in my harvest season and you are not there, I can help you. Yeah. Okay. So Bible they can also one shall chase 1,000, but 2 shall chase 10,000. Why is it that one is chasing 1,000 and then so if they are 2, they should chase 2,000, but then they say 10,000. So there's power in unity. Yeah. There's power in unity. Yeah.
It's a one. Sending a human. But then at a point I say, I'm giving up because it's not working.
Say that again.
It's a one. Movie industry, at a point, you feel like I need to give up because it's not working. But one day something boom inspired you, like I want to go back and do it again.
Okay, I don't know, but I think one of my strengths is I don't give up. Okay. I have a fighting spirit. Even if there's this between the year 2019, 2021, I went through a health challenge. Okay. I think this is my first time talking about it outside, like on TV or on an interview. And during those 3 years of my life were very challenging. I could have been dead by now. Whoa. A lot of prophecies came where, people dream and see me and then they've said, they should say, but when they told me, when I hear these things, I'm like, have you ever heard the goat tell a lion that, wait, I'm coming to eat you? Yeah, I am someone, and I think it's something everybody needs to learn, to encourage yourself. Okay. And to fight. I believe God, the Creator created us to create. So when I am creating and it's not working, then it's either something is not right with me or something is not right with my surrounding. And see, I need to understand why it is not working, but giving up is not in my DNA.
It's not in your DNA.
I will fight.
It's not in her DNA.
If I come to a place where I get tired, and when I get tired, it doesn't mean I'm fed up. I'm tired. So I ask God. He said He will be my strength. So I ask God, you said you will be my strength. I need strength. I need to really figure this thing out. So what is the way out? Show me the way out. What am I supposed to learn in this situation? Because the challenges don't come to destroy you. They come to make you learn. So it's like you either decide to take the exams or walk out. And you know that when you walk out of the exams hall, you fail. And it's not
automatically you fail.
No, yes. Yeah. And so you fight. When you fail, you go again. Because creation creates and it keeps creating. And we are, he says, there's a quotation. It says, for ye are gods and ye are the children of the Most High God. So if you are a God and a God created you, you need to, be that. And it takes a lot of learning because we have, society has trained us in a way that it's okay to believe in the negative. And when you believe in the negative, it works. So why not shift? And that's a work a lot of people are not willing to do. But when you do it, then I'm a fighter. Like, no, it must work. No. I mean, when I was going through my health challenges, there was a place where I know I was gone. And I was lying down for like 3 days. My mom was not there. My husband is in abroad. And I'm just alone. I lied there for 3 days. I couldn't feel my heartbeat. And when we finish the show, I'll show you something. But I was like, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me. Because it was walking through. It wasn't a destination. So I was walking through it, and I will walk through it. So there's a place in your life where you walk through the valley of the shadow of death. It can come as sickness. It can come as you losing everything. It can come in any form. But you should know that it's not a destination. Wow. It's a passing through.
Now, Mo will send a question, but before we will send a question, I already break it back. or can't say me there, she is tired. It doesn't mean she has given up. It's not actually there. There will be a time at a bread, but not give up. There will be a time when you give up that you know everything is gone. On watching it, she was tired. She didn't give up. It's yeba kwaba yeba to your Mwakwa bio ba mo kwan jime dodo na me cho de mo retwa mo wone wa na nsem bo ma nsem apem nti na opem da ma o ma wo ka say se na o te de no bodo because say inya efutu bi no owura na so oye ne kwara and then the experience or what on the yes marifem or bibi kakra bi na arabon or one step at a time wonye ni gidi eye kore wi na atweko na eye de ka bomu za onanyi eba crash ma cho de jumezi jiboku bi na waso ma asen Gladiator foods and drinks na waso mas mo pocho one number obo go screen ase na afam no afre one bibi epede bi afro no wonyi wundi fefefo Mr. There's Gold Media pesa bo no e brand ade bi o e brand eyo ye bia no hey or aba flyers or bibi designing bia no mo pocho fro one obeye damo na okode photography so friend ade bia oya ayefo engagement parties bibiara wotwa camera so dun koto twa ye bia mpotcho friend na enyini nze ejuma na ma actually be say aboso no menche no I'm a friend Miss Africa because Africa nyina na menyini se menche na oche de mankasa na moso mageso so ntima so moso na menyini nyina menyini twetwe enya wonder ma aya na onye easy but enya wana oye arecheche because oye dinde benya wan nti enya wana no oye great opportunity ye tuan komo no odon pocho msa mo akwa bebio
yeah
one sam na tinya me kware ebe fa mo ho ntin mo so me search mo ho ye na me hu me mo so mo self school ni bi self school na school e boko masra so oye mo aso so achem onye de boko school bi sina ho hu yi paban hu de this is me, this is what I stand for onye de boko class akwata wa chan pocho dabi obasa so etim ho bi na entasa we breaking down matters yero ko breaking it ebo asembdom mpede echembio ese at a point na abre but in give it up until there is a difference between getting tired and giving up.
Yes.
A one shame na obi already showing with the no. Getting tired doesn't mean it's a give up.
You know, there's a place where Elisha, I don't know if it's Elijah or Elijah, but one of the prophets was onon ofre ejafri shuro emebeshi soldier phone. But this same prophet was running away from Jezebel.
Okay.
What did I say? It was running away. Was it Jezebel? Yes. I think I should get it right, but was running away from her because ono or akonfobe say 800 say will you ask yourself why is it that to me fair at that moment, you know, there's a time to be alone, to discover your power and then come back strong.
Okay.
Oh, is it? I think so. That this one say no surrender, no retreat, no retreat, no surrender. So there's a time where you have to hide, not because you are powerless, but because you need to define who you are and understand who you are. Okay. So Ojani and Okwashare people so. Now in that lonely moment, he was hungry, and God, because if he wasn't hungry, and Kaye who said no matter the any command, and now those bears who went to give the food to the prophets, no, they were very selfish bears. They don't share. That scenario should tell you that if you go to that place where you get tired, there's help. Okay. And even if it's a very stingy person who has to do it, the person will do it. Because when God calls, everything answers. True. So that's if you ever read your Bibles and you say, why do you skip ye mountains? Why do you skip like rams? So when the force that created everything, when you enact it, but you see, the discipline, that is where going into yourself and being disciplined. So you get tired because you're running. It doesn't mean you can't win the match. You don't give up, but you get tired. You get tired. You know, when anyone who is into athletics, when they are running, they get tired. Sure. But they look at the reward and press on to get. So when they get their trophy, by the time they finish the finish line to get that trophy, they are really tired and they drink water. Sure. So you come to that place where you are tired, but when you're tired, you sit and ask questions and seek, answers. And they are there. You see, there's a difference between knowing a word in the Bible or knowing a word. There's a difference knowing it and having an encounter with the word. So you can know it, but you haven't had an encounter with it yet. Like, for example, maybe Psalm 23. You have said it from school, but you come to a place like when I was saying in my earlier delivery, I said, yet though I walked through at that state of my life, I had an encounter with it. I understood it. And I walked with it. And I believe that the Creator said his word is yea and amen. And that he's not a man that he should lie. So he meant it when he said it. And so if you mean it, because if a president should sign something for you now and they say you should fly a plane from here to America for 1 week, it will be done. And he's human, sitting on authority. But because of that authority, whatever he said will happen. How much more the person who created everything? So you will get tired, but you have to know your source and understand that this is my source and this is where I draw life from. And his life is internal. So it is to you according to your faith. It's either you take it or you leave it. So, and I've said a lot of times, yesterday, one of our colleagues called me. I said, look, fame is not for the faint heart.
Fame is not
for the faint heart.
Why do you say that?
Because, you see, for you to pull crowd, they are all energies. And every energy and what it carries. So if you see a man of God who can pull crowd, you should know that his spiritual standing is strong. It's the same with being a famous person. So that's why you hear that wafaha, wayese. So if you learn to know yourself and the person who created you, you are in charge. And God has said, take dominion. And he wasn't joking.
Once I'm doing rain, yellow pond, but what will make you want to talk to somebody or to advise somebody?
I think every time I ask, who is next, God? Who is next? And there was a time where in my moment of excitement, I have given advice to people who were not ready to be advised. So in my nature, I like people to be okay. I like people to be well. I want to share the light that I've seen. But sometimes if you're not careful, you'll be teaching your enemy. So the word said, even if you don't have any gift, you have to have the spirit of discernment so that you can discern between evil and good. And if someone really wants your advice, I know when I have an encounter with the person, when I start talking, the person's reaction, I will feel it. Like, I know this is a bit weird, but I feel it like, oh, this person is all ready for what I'm saying. So let me just shut up. And then sometimes the person will be ready. I'm like, okay. Then when you talk, I will maybe be home. And meeting one answer me can obisa me questions. And then I realize that the person wants to know. And if the person is ready to listen, why not share? Because it says, freely have I given to you, and freely shall you give. So I need to feel it.
I am na. No crack crying, it'll be taken. A penature crying for neighborhood. It'll be the among common na. Say, it won't upcome as a worry bear. Let me put able to industry baby because I can say back a cawadeno or find some because no one's not doors. But we are much about it an industry. And when the youngster believe I want to be this, I want to be like Bossqueen. But I'm a stamp, but I'm there. What's your advice to them?
I remember one time I met a girl there and he said, I want to be like you. And I said, you have no idea what you are even saying. And I think in my encounter in my life, like back to school, like going to that school of life for myself.
Mama, hold. But I'm school for yourself, mom. And we will go a registration or local school.
No, it's you have to come to a place in yourself and know say, me we bufu. I went through this. People are dealing with a lot emotionally and mentally. And it's not because obi oha now kasa okike came by heart. Obi ka say adena okasa okike msa. And if you go to the root cause, you realize, oh, then the stepmother, it's not.
Okay.
And you know, that is the communication he's used to.
Oh,
And you won't say, oh, no, so Kasa, office, okay,
okay.
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 But it's not.
That's
And so he's suffering from childhood trauma.
okay.
And it's showing in his language or her language. So a lot of people are dealing with that.
Okay.
Like when you understand, say, oh, this is not going well in my life. I know a lot of people have said, say, me Adwoa Makuma Hame. A lot of people have said, say, your words are not nice. Why am I like this? Why am I like that? So you have to go to that school and ask yourself why the way you are, and why are things not changing? You know, like human beings, we are 70% water, they say. So, and water, if a sailor will sail, they sail on water. So that means you can sail to everywhere you want to sail to in life, because you have that water in you. And God says his spirit is upon many waters. So the voice of God is upon you. So you have to sit down and hear the voice of God, because it's really upon you. Because if his voice is upon many waters and you are made up of 70% of water,
it means it works.
It works. That's why if you realize, they say they have holy water, they have this, because water hears. It's simple, but that's for another day. So say nipa no wotna na wo hwe oh ade wenye obia so ka senye. Then now you have to go into yourself and see the way forward and do that work, understand why you are like that, because sometimes from childhood, it's from what your mother did to you, it's from what somebody did to you.
That's true.
There are a lot of women bleeding. I've always said, if society wants to heal, women need to heal. Because if I'm not healed and I'm mentally distracted, emotionally damaged, I'll pass it on. And so a lot of pain have been passed on from mother to daughter to granddaughter. And the same thing happening in the family line. That's how generational curses travel. And yet, it's not rocket science. But if you sit down and study the pattern, then you understand why. For instance, I'll just use something briefly. Abraham, Isaac. Abraham's family, there was barrenness there because they were idol worshippers. So you see, even though Abraham changed, Isaac went through barrenness too, until he prayed for. It's until you have to go to that school to unlearn the negative and relearn the positives. What I said.
I'm sure. He said, "I'm chapel day." Until youngsters now were banned. Obo producers on your men, the directors of your dancer, they be at the mass me.
Yeah.
Until your advice to them may forward, but only myself and I your advice to the whole youngsters of the industry.
Well, I mean, in every industry, it's just that the film industry, because we are out there on people's homes, in their cars, in their whatever, so it be about out. But I think in every fraternity, there's this sexual challenge. And what I would tell you is, again, if you know yourself and you know what you carry, they would ask you, you go through, some of the gatekeepers are that sexual. So if you're a beautiful girl, they would like to approach you with their sexual indiscipline. Because if you're disciplined, you wouldn't bother some, because it's a craft. So if you have, you are good at your craft, then wait and keep praying and keep hoping. But you see, some people get to a place where they get fed up and be like, let me just go and do it once and get whatever. But you can't do it once, because the minute you do it once, you have to continue doing it, because you'll be super. So everybody would like to take their own from
before
it.
You get whatever.
Because unfortunately, it's not only in Ghana, the world has seen women as sexual objects. Okay. And so you will be sexual, but it doesn't mean you should be sexual with everything and everyone. So my advice to the younger ones coming is, know yourself, be the best, and know that the world is large. You can shine everywhere.
I'm sure.
Amen.
Product TV, so
okay, me Facebook here, Stacy Mausi.
Okay.
Me IG. Boss. Instagram.
Thank
me
you.
Instagram, yeah.
Thank you.
Me Instagram, yeah, at Boss M Queen.
Boss
M Queen. M ni Mausi.
Underscore be in you.
Debbie.
Okay.
One
Boss
word.
M
Queen.
Okay.
And I'm on TikTok as Mausi 185.
Mousy 185.
At Mousy 185.
To watch out in it as a pound today for a bay. I mean, sure, pana. In there, as time goes by, and for one baby for a banner the way for 20 million betage. Jume Kubi, no was a masna and there, Medijumazim as a bro. Gladio foods and drinks, my portrait to one of the banner. Woodsy, Okoye him. Peden Bibia drinks, Peden Bibia 8 banner. From one was 0545867112. If you nature KWAN, then you want to do my. I didn't add information to one word or respond to it. Now, got this gold media, Mr. Missy. A better word draw one cast a crowd to the Yabay Damo. No, it's anything or your branding beer, artworks, BPFB, logo, Abazan Epiday. A hamburger from then you want to do my. Now, I call or cordial photography or cordial photography, Mr. Anything was a camera, you know, the work tray, and I might miss a work tray in nature KWAN. Or your party, engagement, weddings, funerals, everything that is doable with camera, just call him and he'll be there. And then, me and Yamanse, no saying out. Now, before more wrap up, another Madame Curiosity. The one my bike one, the ones on other Markena, on the case, into Madame Curiosity from a camera guy. Maybe be our one be a man. I will one be able to make the wife for me. That's Yamisha. My morning with them on door. Busy. And Adwoa Okyere, but don't ask that and there, a